Hello again, I'm Mr Davies from Our Ladies. Hope you're all well and keeping safe. Barbara's about. If you look to my right here, you can see her on the grass chomping around a bone that she's found. I hope some of you last week got a chance to give the samosas a go. I know quite a few of the staff said they were going to try. This week I am going to do a Victoria sandwich, so we'll talk through it step by step. Let's get going.
Your ingredients for the sponge cake are 150 grams of self-raising flour, 150 grams of caster sugar, or you can use granulated sugar, 150 grams of soft margarine or butter, 3 eggs, and the ingredients for the filling for sandwiching the cakes are 3 tablespoons of strawberry jam, 200 ml of double cream, 2 tablespoons of icing sugar and a punnet of strawberries. The equipment you'll need is weighing scales, a wooden spoon or electric hand whisk, a spatula, a dinner knife, 2 large mixing bowls, a small bowl, a tablespoon, a vegetable knife, a chopping board, sandwich tins times 2, a cooling rack, greaseproof paper, and a serving plate or a cake stand.
One of the good jobs to do in advance is do your greaseproof for your sandwich tins, so that when they're in the oven and they've got the cake mixture in, they don't stick. So get your piece of greaseproof, you can fold it in half, put one of your tins on it, draw around it, all the way around. And you can fold it in half again, line up the semicircle and cut around the edge. They're all lined and can be set aside ready for later. So now I've got my tins lined, they're set aside. I've got everything weighed out in my bowl, as you see in the picture. So I've got my margarine, I've got my flour, I've got my sugar, I've got my mixer, my hand mixer plugged in and ready to go. I've got my eggs. When I'm cracking eggs, I always crack them in a little bowl first, so if there's anything wrong with the egg or you get a shell in it or there's a problem, you can see before you tip it all in. So if you cracked them all in your bowl initially, you see it's fine. If you tipped them all in and there was a problem, then you'd have to weigh everything out again and waste everything. So we do one at a time. Start with the back of the knife, fingers and thumb, pull it apart. If there's any shell, pick it out. Shell attracts shell, so you could use your shell to get the shell out, but that one's fine as well, so that one can go in. That's one. Fine again, can go in. Right, so now I'm going to use my electric whisk or the wooden spoon, if that's what you're using, to combine it all. This recipe is the all-in-one method, so that means that everything to do with the sponge is in the bowl and you're going to mix it all together as one. So I'll start and then I'll stop halfway through and show you where we're up to. So you can see now it's started to combine, but I've got all these bits around the edge. I've got bits of flour that hasn't combined, so I'm just going to use my spatula just to go around the edge and get all them bits from in the middle. I'm not going to over mix it, I'm not going to go too mad with it. I'm going to just wait till all of it's combined and then I'm going to stop. around the edge with my spatula again. Right, I think that's fine. So now my cake mixture's ready, I'm going to divide it evenly between the two tins. I'm going to use my spatula, and I'm not going to spread it. I'm just going to let it find its own way, so I'm just going to use my finger and I'm going to share the mixture out between the two. I can feel this mixture now is really light. I'm going to keep sharing it out, and like I said, I'm not going to spread it. So what some people want to do is spread it out, and then it ends up all up the sides, and the bits up the sides then burn and cook before the sponge is spread out and started to cook, so you have burnt black bits around the edge. So if you don't spread it out, because it's a liquid at this stage, it will find its own way in the oven. So you can just leave it out a little bit, but don't worry about getting it up to the edges, it will find its own way. What you could do, if you wasn't sure if you have got them the same, and you think that one is quite a bit out to the other one, you could use your scales. So you could put your scales on 0, you could put it on. So that's 410 grams. Put your next one on. That's 392, so it's not that bad, but we could just pinch a little bit at one, put it in the other. So that's 400 now. So I think now that should be alright. 396, so I'm happy with that. Any bits you've got on the side like this, it'll be harder when you're washing up if you've got burnt bits on the end, because they'll burn on really black. So at this stage now, if you just get your finger, just rub them bits off, and it just makes it easier later when you don't have burnt bits around the edges. So now they're ready for the oven. I've got my oven set at 160. I put that on at the beginning, so that's ready. I'm going to put them in for 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to look until they've come right up to the edges. They've started to rise, they'll go nice and golden, and when you're 10 minutes in, if you want to check, you could just give it a little press and see if, on the side, to see if it's spongy. If it's spongy when you press it and it bounces back, you know it's done. Get him to check where Barbara went, but she's on a blanket with a ball. I think she wants a game of ball. You'll have to wait, not yet, we'll have a game later. So my sponges come out of the oven. They're lovely and golden. They're springy and like a sponge. So when you press it, they bounce back up. If you get a skewer or a knife and you can put it through the middle, and if it comes out clean, it means it's done. If it comes out and you can see cake mixture on the skewer, you can put it back in for a few more minutes. But mine's done. So I'm going to leave them to cool for a few minutes before I take them out of the tin. Taking them out of the tin, you run a butter knife around the edge just to loosen them, all the way around, just taking your time, all the way around the edge, and then on your hand, and mine's only lukewarm now, I've let it cool quite a bit, so it's not where it's going to burn you, and then on your cooling rack, do the same with the other one, and let it cool. Before you can sandwich them together with your jam and cream and strawberries, they've got to be totally cold. A lot of people want to tend to rush, and it ends up where the cream splits and they go really soggy. So if you put your hand on the back, if you can feel any heat at all, then they're not ready. Let them go totally cold. Whilst my sponge is cooling, I can get my strawberries ready. So these are quite big strawberries, but I'm not going to cut them too small, so I'm going to carefully take the ends off, and all I'm going to do is chop them in half, because I want them quite chunky. I don't want them too small. They're all chopped. I'm going to stick them in the fridge now, and then they're ready for sandwiching later. Another job I can be doing whilst my sponge is cooling is my cream. I've got it in my bowl, double cream. I'm going to use my electric hand whisk again, or if you've got an handheld whisk you can use that for whipping the cream up. So you wanted to whip it up. I'll stop halfway through and I'll stop near the end to show you what it looks like when it's done. Can you see now it's starting to get lines in it and it's starting to peak? So it's getting there, but it's still not done enough yet, so I'm going to keep going. You see now, it's all together. It's not a liquid anymore, it's got into a solid. So that's fine now, so I can take my attachments out, give them a little tap, get all the cream out. Your icing sugar, you can put that in once it's together. Just put it through a sieve, get rid of any lumps, and you can just carefully fold that in, and that'll just sweeten it a little bit. That's an optional thing, so if you don't want to put the icing sugar in, that's up to you. But it's quite nice. So that's that done. So I'm going to stick that in the fridge until I'm ready for it. Right, so my sponge now is totally cool. There's no heat to it at all now. So I can start now sandwiching it together. So I'm going to start with my strawberries. And I'm going to place some all around the edge. So all my strawberries are on. My jam, you see, made it really smooth because I've given it a little whisk up to get rid of all the lumps, so it just makes it much easier. And I'm going to use a couple of spoonfuls. I'm just going to drizzle the jam on in between the strawberries. Depends how much you want. Don't want much jam, don't put it on. Don't put much on. Like that. And then the cream, I put in a piping bag. If you haven't got a piping bag, you can just place it on and spread it out with a butter knife. And I'm going to pipe it on. All the way around. Like that. Put them all there. That's it. And then now, I can just lift the top on, give it a little wiggle, like that. And then I've got some icing sugar. I'm just going to give it a little dust on top. If you had some fruit left, you could put it on top. It's up to you, and I'm just going to leave mine plain. That's it. Done. Right, we're finished. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do get a chance to give any of the recipes a go and you take any pictures, email them to school. They're quite nice for us to see what you've been up to. Right, I think Barbara's ready for a game of ball. I've got a ball here, so let's go and play ball. See you next week. Thanks for watching.